Hello, welcome to The Update. I'm Abby Smith. Starting overseas, the US Coastguard has expanded their search for a missing submersible in waters off the coast of Canada. Wealthy tourists were visiting the wreck of the Titanic when contact was lost.
I want to reiterate, this is a very complex search, and the unified team is working around the clock to bring all available assets and expertise to bear as quickly as possible in an effort to solve this very complex problem.
It's believed the crew's oxygen could run out later today or tomorrow. The federal government is under pressure to explain how much power an Indigenous voice to Parliament would have, as the No camp argues it would sway decisions over critical areas such as defence. Indigenous Australians Minister Linda Burney telling Parliament it would only advise on issues directly affecting Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders.
It won't be giving advice on parking tickets. It won't be giving advice on changing Australia Day.
Order. Members on my
left. It will not be giving advice on all of the ridiculous things that this side has come up with.
A new drug to combat treatment-resistant depression could be made available on the PBS. Esketamine was approved by the Therapeutic Goods Administration in 2021, but it's still only available through a script. Melbourne University Professor Mal Hopwood says the drug works faster.
Current antidepressant medications take at least a week to begin to work and often several weeks to have their full effect. Many patients who respond to esketamine do so within the first one or two treatments, so within a few days.
Clinicians and patients are pushing for an advisory committee to list the drug on the PBS after a meeting set for July. With tax time just around the corner, the ATO is stepping up their data matching processes to catch people who forget to declare income from second jobs. As cost of living rises, there's been a huge jump in the amount of Aussies who have side hustles or second jobs to supplement their income. The son of US President Joe Biden is expected to plead guilty to tax crimes and admit to a gun offence. After a 5-year investigation, Hunter Biden is set to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax crimes and admit to illegally possessing a gun while a drug user. The 53-year-old is expected to agree to drug treatment and monitoring. And it's the end of the line for what was once an iconic Aussie lolly. After nearly 100 years in production, Fantails will be discontinued due to plummeting sales. Entertainment and sport next.
He's taken the edge. There'll be one. Cummins will come back for 2. Oh, he's knocked it over the boundary edge. And Australia are home.
Pat Cummins and Nathan Lyon have helped guide Australia to a stunning 2-wicket victory in the first Ashes test. After the morning session was cancelled due to a storm, Australia resumed their final innings chase, Cummins scoring an unbeaten 44 in a 9th-wicket partnership of 55 with Lyon, who was on 16. It was Australia's highest successful run chase in England in 51 years. The Maroons go into Origin 2 as favourites. The game tonight at Suncorp Stadium is a sellout. Assistant coach to Billy Slater, Josh Hannay, telling Wide World of Sports they know what they need to do now.
Yeah, the preparation's been unreal. No excuses. We've had great weather. Just all about putting it together on game night now.
Kickoff is at 8:05. And Zach Merritt has weighed in on Essendon's logo drama. The Essendon skipper saying a refresh of the club logo wouldn't bother him, but he knows past and present players have a strong connection to the Bomber. In entertainment news, finally, Taylor Swift has announced international dates for her record-breaking Eras tour, which includes 5 Australian shows. The Australian leg of the tour will take place in February next year, with 2 shows in Melbourne and 3 in Sydney. Meghan Markle is denying rumours she could be the face of Dior next. The Duchess and even Dior now claiming the news is a little more fiction than fact. And Sex and the City star Kristen Davis has talked about the shame she's felt after openly discussing her use of facial fillers and Botox. The 58-year-old who plays Charlotte was given a hard time on social media after admitting she regrets getting fillers.
We have enough problems as it is. We don't need to shame each other. Like, it's so much a waste of time, but it does hurt.
On ET there. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.